Good morning, this is Karen Spar, Executive Vice President of the Southport-Oak Island Area Chamber of Commerce. And today on Faces of Commerce, we're here with Rob Wiggins. Rob is the owner of Blueprint Wealth Management Group down in Southport. Hello, Rob.
Good morning.
Tell me a little bit about your background. How did you get here?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So studied business management in college in Raleigh, and immediately jumped into being a financial advisor. Kind of had a light bulb moment in college that once I learned about investments and making good decisions with your money, trying to avoid bad decisions with your money, that was immediately what I wanted to do and help others achieve success in doing that. And so just ran with it, and very thankful and fortunate that I had that light bulb moment early enough in my career that I knew exactly what I wanted to do and just went after it. And this is now 26 years in the business, primarily in Raleigh up until relatively recently. And fortunately, very thankful that the business has gone so well in Raleigh. It has always been my dream to open up a second office down at the coast. And after vacationing down here, between here and Bald Head Island for probably 12 to 14 years, came across an awesome opportunity to buy an office where we are right now at 611 North Howe Street, downtown Southport, about 8 blocks from the water. So I'm very proud of this location and love it. So about a year ago, came down here, opened up the second office, and off and running down here, the next chapter in my life and the practice and the career.
That sounds like a long road to get here, but you've really learned along the way, have you not?
That's right. Yep, exactly.
So you've got a lot of experience in your industry.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit about why people use someone to manage their money.
Yeah, great question. So I found over the years that my clients have evolved to being primarily families and business owners. And I found that some families just don't manage money. They don't want to manage their own money. They want to outsource it, so to speak, and have a trusted advisor to help them manage that money. And also business owners are one of my favorite clients, in the sense that a lot of business owners I found are really successful at running their business and doing the day-to-day, and are great at doing it, but they neglect some of the financials and the books and some of the things behind the scenes that they might not find as fun or just don't want to deal with. So my preferred client, who I've just naturally gravitated towards, are those successful business owners and successful families who just want to hire me to come in and help them manage their assets and make sure they can retire when they want to retire, make sure they've got protection in place for their families and things like that.
So I'm assuming when you're dealing with a business client especially, the business owner has probably been to their CPA or someone, and they've talked about how they could save some tax dollars by using some wealth management techniques.
Right. Yep, exactly. So glad you mentioned that, because one of my strengths, I feel, in being a wealth advisor, and that's the title that I run by these days, because I feel like wealth advisor encompasses those areas that you just mentioned, working with other financial professionals to form a team, to be a dedicated team to help out our clients. So whether it's a CPA, an estate planning attorney, an insurance agent, a realtor, I've formed a really strong network down here in really only about a year's time to work with those type of dedicated, complementary financial professionals. So when my clients come to me, my goal is to be the single point of contact, or the quarterback, as I like to call it, to connect my clients to each of those other financial professionals as needed.
I always talk about how small businesses, they start out and they're everything. They're the one-man show. They do everything from their books to whatever. And sometimes it's just nice to have professionals take over the things that you're really not strong at, or whatever the reason, so that you can focus on what you really started your business for.
Yep, that's exactly right. And add to that, it's important to know your strengths and important to know your weaknesses, right? And so going back to what I said earlier, business owners have their strengths, and we want to work with those that are humble enough to say, hey, I'm good at this, but I need a little help, Rob, over here managing this, and this. Can you help me out?
Right. And I assume starting with families, starting earlier is best.
For sure. There's a lot of just basics that you can put in place early that are building blocks that can really pave a very strong financial future if you create those good habits early on. You're exactly right.
And it doesn't take that much money. When you start young,
That's right.
you can just put a little bit aside.
That's right.
And it just builds and builds and builds.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Or that's the
That's
hope.
right. Compound interest, right?
Yeah.
One of my favorite phrases is snowball, right? You want to help clients do just that. Start with whatever they're able to start with and let that snowball over time. And it has a dramatic effect. You're exactly right. And we also help our clients, try to save consistently. So start off, and then adding to that is just a way to help further that snowball over time.
Right. Rob, how do people get in touch with you?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So, I love my office downtown Southport, 611 North Howe Street, navy blue historic home built in 1923. Our website is blueprint-planning.com. Phone number, office here is 919-505-9311.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on Faces of Commerce
You're
today.
welcome.
And again, this is Blueprint Wealth Management Group here in downtown Southport. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, thank you, Karen.